There's a variety of reasons why he's excited about what's going on. Listen, let's not play games. They hold a lot of XRP, not just as a company, but some of them as individuals, right? They want that price to explode more than most people. We just don't talk about it a lot. So every little thing that happens in addition to what they're doing, because remember, they're doing a lot behind the scenes. They got big things going on in Europe, China, B2B cross-border payments, interbank payments, real-world asset tokenization, trillions upon trillions upon trillions. They want that price to explode. So every little thing, notice, every little thing that happens, one of them voices their excitement. A lot of times it's Brad Garlinghouse. A lot of times, other times it's David Schwartz. They're not stupid. They want wealth also. I'm talking about mind-blowing wealth. I'm talking about the opportunity to have more wealth than most people could ever fathom. It's not a guarantee, but they know it's possible. So when they see something like this, yeah, they have to speak on it. This is what's going on, folks. Says this. Ripple CEO says it's happening again for XRP. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse expresses optimism about Canary Capital's filing with the US SEC for a spot XRP ETF. Things are moving forward. Times are changing, folks. Who's it going to be? XRP? Solana? Doesn't matter. A lot of us have both. Both of these things look like, not financial advice, both of these things look like they might go boom in the future. Just my humble opinion. A lot of people disagree with me out there. A lot of people don't believe in XRP. A lot of people don't believe in Solana. I just represent myself. It's how I feel. That's not going to change unless the information changes. Right now, everything's on an upward trajectory. How do you get around that? Canary Capital, a crypto investment company, sent ripples within the crypto scene, pun intended, I'm sure, after it submitted an S1 application to the SEC for a spot-based XRP exchange-traded fund. I want to put this out there randomly again, but not really randomly, because when I think about any assets or when I think about finances overall, gold immediately pops into my mind. And I think about XRP, I automatically think about banks. But now when I think about banks, I have to also think about gold, because when those banks collapse, and they're doing terribly, we'll get to that a little bit later. When those banks collapse, gold will skyrocket. Just like it did before. Even more so. That's another reason why all these banks are protecting themselves with gold. They know there's something wrong. All these big entities are protecting themselves with gold because they know something's wrong. All the top people protecting themselves with gold and a little bit of silver sprinkled on top. Don't you forget the silver, because they know something's wrong. And when it goes wrong, boom, that price will go up. And I'm not sure when it comes to gold, and the same thing, there's the same possibility with XRP, but gold is always going to be closer than everything else. It's such a respected asset. But when gold goes up, I'm not sure if it's ever going to come down to where we saw it a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. I don't think so. But anyway, back to the XRP. And in an S1 registration statement filed yesterday, Canary noted that its XRP ETF, if approved, would give investors exposure to the seventh biggest cryptocurrency by market cap, while eliminating the risk of directly purchasing or holding the asset. Give me all the risk. I'm going to hold stuff myself. I trust me. Yep. Cold wallet, hot wallet, whatever. I wouldn't. Listen, I prefer a cold wallet, 100%. Air gapped cold wallet. But if all you have is a hot wallet, what are you going to do? Hot wallet is not so bad. You can just be careful with your security. But I'm going to tell you right now, I trust me over any of the entities. I want to hold everything myself. I want to do it myself. Life is risky. Life is risky. It just is what it is. No cowardice over here. No Kool-Aid in my veins. That's what the people used to say when they're younger. There's no Kool-Aid in my veins. That's what they used to say when, you're not soft. Per the filing, the net asset value of the XRP ETF will be determined based on the CME CF Ripple dollar reference rate, while Canary Capital will sponsor and manage the XRP ETF. Leading capital market firm CSC Delaware Trust Company will be the fund's trustee. At the time of the filing, Canary did not disclose the name of the custodian or administrator of the ETF. I don't care. All I care about is, listen, what do you want me to be? You want me to be honest with you or not? I don't care about that at all. What matters here is the essence. A lot of people fail to grasp the essence of something. They're worried about all these other details. What is the essence of this? That means something positive may happen for XRP. That means that there are forces trying to move things forward for XRP. Isn't that what we want? Yes. Yes. Positivity, forward momentum, positive activity. That's what I take from this. Ripple CEO reacts. Notably, Ripple CEO expressed optimism about Canary's move to introduce a spot-based XRP ETF in the United States. Reacting to the development, Garlinghouse tweeted a GIF stating that, quote, "It is happening again," unquote. Of course, it's almost time. It's almost time. And when that time comes and the utility run begins or the utility coins start to dominate, the terminology is not important to me. Whichever words you pull from, whichever lexicon, it doesn't matter. But what it means is when those legit utility coins start to dominate, there's nothing that can stop them. Nothing. So now, Brad Garlinghouse is very excited about that, and he should be. He wants that price to go. He wants that price to go insane like everyone else. Why would he not? You think he wants the price to go in the dirt? How does that make sense? This list, his company stands to explode off of XRP. He stands to make a lot of capital off of XRP. You think he wants it to go down? Right. That's not, no. Come on now. He's a businessman now. The comments suggest that another company has filed with the SEC to launch an XRP ETF in the United States. Since the SEC approved multiple Bitcoin and Ethereum spot ETFs, Garlinghouse has always been optimistic about XRP getting a similar product. Logically, I think that's logical there. So now, check this out. Before we get to the Bitcoin news, and we get a little bit of the bank news at the end, Chainlink. Say it with me, folks. Chainlink. Cha-ching. Well, that's not cha-ching. It's like cha-ching, right? But it doesn't matter because Chainlink, I'm telling you right now, not financial advice, but in my humble opinion, Chainlink is a very, very bullish. They have great things going on. Chainlink news. Is it IDA Finance or is it IDA Finance? I don't know how you pronounce this thing here. I'm going to say IDA Finance taps Link Network for secure cross-chain HKDA stablecoin integration. More stablecoin happenings here. Hong Kong-based issuer. Let me pause for a minute. I see what's going on here. Are you paying attention? So, they have all this governmental and central bank activity in Hong Kong going on with their CBDC. Yep, and nobody wants to use them. Nobody wants a part of those legacy system offerings. Are you seeing it? So the bank coin companies, the utility coin companies are swarming. They're swarming these these places where the governments are weak, right? They are. They try to dominate and control the people. Because that's what happens when someone's weak. They try to dominate and control people. That's not strength. Right? And the people are looking at the intermediaries are looking at that and saying to themselves, wait a minute. We're not even making money. Why would we use your system? Guess what? Chainlink slides on in there. Yeah, I'm trying to listen. I just make it entertaining, but they slide on in there. It's the truth. And they say, hey, listen, Chainlink, Ripple slide in there. Say, hey, listen, we have superior systems. Period. We're superior in every possible way. We offer superior systems. Number 2, you can make a lot of money with us. Number 3, in a variety of ways. Number 4, you have the power. Do you think that they can compete with that? They can't compete with that. Hell, you got excited just now, just hearing the power was in your hands. When the power gets put in your hands, it's a beautiful thing, folks. Now back to the matter at hand. Hong Kong-based issuer of digital assets, IDA Finance, stated that they will be integrating Chainlink's blockchain services into its upcoming HDKA stablecoin backed by the Hong Kong dollar. Look how we're dominating. Ripple has a CBDC platform for wholesale and retail. Believe me, when the time comes, I think they will dominate outright, just my humble opinion. Chainlink is in the game. They're going to dominate. Who's better than them right now doing what they do? So now, in the latest news release earlier today, October 9th, the move seeks to improve transparency while securing the cross-chain operations for the fiat-backed stablecoins. One of the key reasons behind this collaboration is the integration of Chainlink's proof of reserve technology, which enables the on-chain verification of assets supporting the HKDA stablecoin, as reported by the CNF. Proof of reserve mechanism from Chainlink also supports cross-chain applications, secures the minting of tokens by verifying collateral, and complements audit processes for institutions. Listen, Chainlink, Solana, Quant, Flare, Ripple, Stellar, Algorand. I almost made a song. Things are looking good, folks. They're looking good. They're looking very healthy. There's a lot of good activity going on. Step by step, little by little, we climb the mountain. Anything you want to do epic is going to take time. Anything you want to do that's great or epic there's going to be a battle. There's going to be a struggle for it. But when you get through the fire, right? You get through the night comes day. Get through the struggle, you win your championship. You have your victories. And I'll tell you what, we've been fighting hard. We've been working hard. Little by little, we're climbing the mountain. We're almost to the top. My humble opinion. I don't control the timelines, but that's how I feel. I can only tell you what I'm thinking right now, what I'm feeling right now. That's all I can tell you. That's all I can tell you. All right. So now let's get to a little bit of this Bitcoin news, right? Let's get to a little bit of Bitcoin news. I want to see if we can make it to that bank news at the end. Get an update on what's going on with this system. I'm telling you right now, we're going to dominate them. They're in a very bad position. But before we get to that, former Bitcoin developer Peter Todd denies he's Satoshi hours before HBO documentary airs. I suggested something like this. It didn't matter who they were going to name. The person was going to say they're not Satoshi. So what's the point? Then you were going to have to prove it. You're not going to be able to prove it. What was the point of all of this? Just leave it alone. It's a good way to make money, I suppose. But this is what it says. Quote, "Of course I'm not Satoshi," unquote. Todd told CoinDesk Tuesday, saying that filmmaker Cullen Hobach was, quote, grasping at straws. You know what's interesting also is that a lot of the pros were saying it was someone else. I didn't even hear this individual's name in the conversation. All these articles over the last 2 weeks, I did not hear this individual's name one time. Only for them to come out and say say it's him. This guy's living his life, and his phone probably just exploded as people are text messaging him, emailing him, "Hey, you're Satoshi?" And he's like, what the heck is going on? He's sitting down, eating some General Tso's chicken. Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. With some what we put with that General Tso's chicken? How many of you actually have had General Tso's chicken or know what it is? Sometimes it's spelled General Tso's chicken, which is a very interesting history behind that, actually. And he was eating that with some fried rice. Now you're cooking. Now you're eating. That's some good. He has some vegetable dumplings with the soy sauce. You people are making me hungry. Talk that food. Don't talk that food talk with me. Do not talk that food talk with me. Don't be around me neither. You're gonna eat good. That's right. I'm telling you. There's no way you're gonna eat good. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he was eating some tasty food. Phone start blowing up. Are you Satoshi? I don't know why I said that twice, but it works. His whole life was turned upside down by a documentary that can't prove that he's Satoshi. Clips from HBO's Satoshi Nakamoto documentary, which leaked hours before the firm premiered Tuesday night, seem to finger former Bitcoin developer. Wait, why'd you phrase it like that? We could be trying to get some controversy. Why'd you phrase it like that? Hold on a second. Wait, hold on a second. And I'm very mature, but you worded that particular way. You okay, writer? It says seemed. I'm not reading that again. Nah, bro. No. They tried to claim former Bitcoin developer Peter Todd was Satoshi, and that he was the cryptocurrency's creator. See how I rephrase that? It's not the smoothest, but it works. In an email to CoinDesk, Todd said filmmaker Cullen Hobach, best known for identifying the person behind the QAnon conspiracy theory in an earlier series for HBO. I don't even know what that's all about. So, unless you're going to elaborate, that means nothing to me. I don't know what the heck is I don't know. I stay in the stuff that that I have mastered, the stuff that I specialize in. I don't know about all this stuff here. So what relevance is it? Was it real? Like whoever he unveiled, was that real? Because I don't, like I said, I don't know the result. Quote, yes, that interview did happen, and I believe that specific shot isn't deep faked, unquote, he confirmed, though he added he had not yet seen the documentary. Quote, of course, I'm not Satoshi. Unquote, Todd said, quote, it's ironic that a director who is also known for a documentary on this particular group, I'm not going to say their name too much. What I do know is that it's wrapped up in some kind of controversy. That's all I know. That's all I know. So now, it says, even in the clips circulating on social media, Todd called the theory that he is Satoshi ludicrous, quote unquote. All right, so he's saying he's not him. So now you're back at square one, and those people made a heck of a lot of money off the documentary. Just like I thought it was going to go. You'll never know. It's not worth unraveling that. Let Bitcoin do what it does. Someone did something very great by coming up with Bitcoin. It's been doing very well. Let it be. Just let it be. Is who created Bitcoin? Is that even important when it's serving its purpose right now and is controlled by the people for now, even though the companies are taking over? No doubt about it. The big companies are taking over. They're dominating right now. But for now, and for the years prior, it has been dominated by the people. Doesn't matter. All right. So now more Bitcoin news, but this time we're going to talk about what we love. Well, I said I'm bringing you in here. Yeah, it's a we thing now. What I love, the price. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to know Satoshi. I'm not here to know the companies, really. See, I research the companies to know what value is going to come to the chain, because the companies are who brings value to the chain, brings partnerships to the chain. You know, whether it's Bitcoin or Ripple or Stellar, it doesn't matter. That's why. But I'm not here to really know them or, fall in love with them or support them. Yay, Satoshi. No, I want to make value. I want to make some capital. That's why I'm here. So that's why I'm going to focus on anything that's tied to that. So now, Bitcoin price target sees $135,000 in 2025. Notice how all these pro companies are getting closer and closer into that range that I said I believe Bitcoin would go to long ago when we were still in the bloody bear market. My low is like $85,000, but the range I'm looking at is 100,000 to 150,000. And a lot of them are starting to get within that range there, 100,000 to 150,000. My extreme low is 85,000. Still not that bad. So it says, if Bitcoin bulls avoid a 25% dip, Bitcoin needs to avoid a trip below $48,000 to preserve the odds of a six-figure all-time high next year, according to Bitcoin price analysis from Peter Brandt. It says here, Bitcoin price action may be consolidating below all-time highs for a seventh month, but that could be, quote, insignificant, unquote, as the bulk of Bitcoin's bull market gains lie ahead. I've been saying the same thing. I agree with that 100%. This is what a lot of people are not seeing. The future is where that big explosion is, whether it's the bank coins or Bitcoin. The future, folks. Sure, there might be some fun right now. There might be some fun in the next few weeks, months, but the future is where that boom is. And that's what I'm here for, that boom. For Brandt, the latter half of Bitcoin's 4-year halving cycle always produces the sharpest price upside, meaning that his latest Bitcoin price target is conservative compared to what should come after. What comes after, that's what I'm here for. I'm telling you right now. It says, quote, period, since March 2024 appears as insignificant, brief pause in ongoing trend, unquote. Part of his post stated, quote, my target is $135,000 in August or September of 2025. And let me tell you, that timeline sounds good to me. It sounds very, very possible. Also, very possible. I know there's a lot of variables. We'll continue to watch the variables and we'll stay adjustable. That's just how life is, So now let's get to some of this bank news. All right, what's going on with these banks now? There's always something going on. And let me tell you right now, their negatives are positives for us. Their downfall is definitely lending to our rise, whether you're in commodities, whether you're in the utility coins that can change everything. Did you see that video the other day? That article, that first article is very important. It's telling you want to know what they're thinking. You want to know their psychology. See, and we have to take note of when they say things like that, because later on they may try to switch up. They may try to throw us off, and we need to know the truth that whatever they're saying now that may be negative to throw everyone off or shake them out is not really how they feel. All right. That's why it's important. But this says this: U.S. banks under pressure as JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Goldman Sachs, and Citi battle shrinking margins. We have one problem after another after another. They can't win while we're winning all the way. They're losing customers as we're gaining customers. They're losing business as we're gaining business. They're behind us in technology as we surge forward in technology. We're winning in every possible way. Just a matter of time. The biggest banks in the U.S. are preparing to report a third quarter marked by shrinking margins and declining profits. So they're going to want money. They're going to want to expand business. They're going to want more value. They're going to want more opportunity when we come to them. And I know Ripple's doing it now, probably Algorand and Stellar as well in the U.S., a few other companies as well. I can't talk about all of them, but I know there's others. And they're saying, hey, listen, we're almost completely in the clear. We have this technology that's going to put new ways, new opportunities for you to lend. You can delegate, you can stake, you can offer this to your customers. Maybe you could even compete because of the delegation and staking and et cetera and lending, annual percentage yields. You can compete with the non-banking financial institutions that you've been having a problem with, and you can bring back some of those customers from money market funds and other things like cash sweep accounts, all that stuff. You can bring the customers directly back to you. You think they're not going to jump on that? The commercial banks? Or do they wait until the central banks maybe make a decision to squash them? Right. I mean, if you're a negotiator, there's a lot of ways you can wield this particular power that the DLT companies have. But JP Morgan Chase and Wells Fargo release their Q3 earnings on Friday. JP Morgan is expected to reveal a nearly 8% drop in earnings per share, while Wells Fargo will likely report a nearly 14% drop in earnings per share, reports Reuters, citing data compiled by the London Stock Exchange Group, LSEG. Next week, well, maybe JP Morgan should have focused more on their business than trying to tear down crypto every chance they got with their verbiage. Focus a little bit. Handle your business. You're not focused. A lot of these companies are not focused. Their leadership is not focused. They're riding off of what they used to be. They're riding off of their reputations. Right? Next week, Bank of America is expected to report an approximately 14% drop in earnings per share. I have nothing to say about Bank of America because they're one of our utility coin company supporters. So I want them to win so we can take the money from them. Don't you want their money? They love the bank coins, so I have nothing negative to say about them. But I don't love them either. I don't. 14% drop in earnings per share. Citigroup is expected to report a 20% drop, and Goldman Sachs is expected to report a 35% drop. What are you people doing? Holy smokes. The across-the-board decline is due to a combination of rising deposit cost, weak loan demand, of course, and shrinking net interest income. Although banks are feeling the pressure from decreasing margins, they're expected to generate strong revenues from other banking divisions, such as investment banking and trading. Analysts at Oppenheimer say consumer loan delinquencies are down. Really? I'm going to look into these numbers. Okay, now. Are down, and notes banks have also shored up significant reserves to cover potential office loan losses. Oppenheimer also expects the industry to post a 7% rise in investment banking revenues for all banks on average. Are you sure about that? You sure? And banks may report a decline in trading revenue amid a seasonal drop in volume. My apologies. When I'm talking this long, once again, I get air trapped in my throat, and I did. I had to hold back right there so you don't hear an unpleasant sound. But I did it. All right. So now we're going to close out with a little tidbit here today, folks, man. I hope you're all doing well. BRICS, 12 countries ditch the U.S. dollar, pay 85% trade in local currencies, Do it. Continue to do it because we're going to take your local digital money, your silo. You're going to need some help. That's why Ripple's are in those regions. Hedera's in those regions. Zenfin's in those regions. Stellar's in those regions. Do I have to keep going? You're going to need the interoperability. Yeah, you're definitely going to need that. After BRICS, a new alliance has kickstarted the de-dollarization process and is using local currencies for trade and not the U.S. dollar. The Commonwealth of Independent States, CIS, which consists of 12 countries, has settled 85% of cross-border transactions in national currencies. The CIS bloc barely used the dollar for trade settlements this year, ushering into a new financial landscape. All that means to me is there's more fragmentation. More fragmentation means you're going to need more interoperability. All of you major countries, you need each other. Some of you are selling products. Some of you are selling commodities. You need each other, so you're going to need interoperability, right? You want to thrive, don't you? Don't you? The development is adding pressure on the U.S. dollar as both BRICS and CIS are indulging in de-dollarization initiatives. We're going to stop there. Wait, no, let's not stop there. CIS consists of 12 countries, including Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Moldova, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Ukraine, and Uzbekistan. All right, so now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, everybody, let's get to the money.